Life with Apologia Academy, and we're going to try to help you to learn how to use Apologia Academy. And if you look at your screen, we're going to help you with learning how to register, create an account, accessing your account, the student portal, and the virtual classroom using WebEx or our web conferencing software. Those are the four main areas that you'll learn about in this short clip. Hang in there, and we're going to share that together. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the webcam. You don't need to see me. I want you to see what's your screen, so I'll turn the webcam off. You may not have even seen the webcam, depending on your system. But I'm going to share my desktop here, and what you're going to see is you're going to see something that appears that in my desktop actually take you through the steps like you would do. The difference is this is not a Mac. There are some different things that you have to do for a Mac, and I can't help you with that at this point in time. We'll have something in the future for that. So let me go ahead and bring this up, and if you give me just a second, this is just like if you were in a real class, what you would see, because this is actually a recording of all of that. So let me go ahead, and I will take you to www.apologiaacademy.com, and they're right there, apologiaacademy.com, and that's where you're going to be able to do everything that you need to do. The first thing you need to do is look down here. Those are the areas you're going to use. You can only check everything else out: home, schedule, staff. You're going to ask questions and so on and so forth, including technical requirements. The first thing that we're going to do right here is how do I register? So let me take you through that real quick. We're going to click on registration information right there underneath the pillar there. All right, of course, registration is now closed, but you need to, if you have already got an account, put in your email and then your password. However, if not registered yet, click on what you see right here. That is Need Account. Need Account. And you put in your own information as students. You'll see that in the manual as well. Now, if you already have an account, of course, fill in your email address and your password. Forgot password, click Forgot Password, and there you go, right there. Next thing I would do is go to the student portal. And student portal, put in your first name, underscore last name. This is your student. The registered student. Your first name, underscore last name. And their student ID, which I'll show you in just a minute. You on their class, you see a list of classes. Let me go back to that. Excuse me. Classes here. Here, it'll say welcome or good afternoon, whatever time of day it is. And click on the class, and you will see be slightly different from this. This is the administrative site. You're not going to see all these things. However, you will see this over here. You want to know what the grade is that you got on a report or on a test? Right there. Double click on the links. Okay, everything else you need to do will be found right in here. Don't use class recordings. That's not a live link right now. But all tests and everything are at the very bottom. All you do is scroll down, or you can click on one of the links there. Scroll all the way down to the bottom, and down here is where you're going to find any class notes your teacher wants you to have, but any tests, quizzes, assignments that you're turning in for grades are down right here. Only click on them one time. If you say, I'm not sure if I did week number 2, don't click on the link back to the grade card or send an email to your teacher. When you open up a test or a quiz, before you click on submit, which I'll show you in a minute, print for your records. It'll help you out quite a bit. Go back to our notes here, to our main page. Let me take you through that now so you can see it a little more here. I want you to see, first of all, to www.apologiaacademy.com. Everything you need is right there. Now, if you already registered, you need to order your textbooks. You have to call the number for Apologia in order to do that. You can't do that through the Academy. 888-524-4724. 888-524-4724. Order your textbook and get 40% discount. If you order through the site, you will not get your 40% discount and you can't be refunded. So you have to call once you're registered. In order to register, click on registration information, and need account if it's the first time, and then just follow the prompts. Registered, the email address, and then the password that you used when you originally. Don't create a second account. And if you forgot your password, there you go right there. Then you can go into My Account. And My Account, you have all types of things. You can see your financials. You can edit. You'll see when you click on that Edit Account, look at all of your registrations. People say, can I get some type of receipt? Or how I know that I'm registered? You right there under My Account. That's find out. Student Portal. All you got to do is click right there into the Student Portal. And there is a Student Portal. Enter your first name underscore last name, and then your password. Now, in account, registration account. Okay, these different screens here. This is your Student Portal up here. This is your registration account. Okay, person's already registered in. This person's name is A Test. Great, right? All you have to do, this right here is not the student ID. That is your main ID. The student is next to A Test and student A Test down here. The student ID is right down there. That's their number. That goes right in there on the Student Portal. So first name underscore last name, and then that student's student ID number right there. Click on Submit. Take right into the Student Portal. Very easy. Then using the Student Portal, when you open up the Student Portal, it is, good afternoon, Thomas. There's a list of your classes, as I showed you moments ago. When you're on one of those, and you can only have one if you're only taking one class, it's into the Student Portal. You should become familiar with the links here. Right now, class recordings is live, but there are click on there, including your grade card. That's where you find out your progress. It shows all the things that you've done so far that have been graded. Now, test assignments and quizzes, everything is all the way at the bottom. You either click on assignments here or notes. It takes you all the way down to the bottom. So let's go all the way down to the bottom and look. There you go. Grade is you're clicking on right here, and these are some examples. If your teacher has put some class notes, you can click on one of these, and you can either print them or copy and paste them. When you do click on a test, let's take a look at that. I've got a sample here. First of all, before we look at the sample, here is the grade card. As you can see, this person, Thomas, has 3 things that have already been graded, and they're listed right there, and that runs throughout the whole semester. Now, let's look at a quiz. I've opened up a quiz here, and what you do is follow the directions, what the teacher has for your directions, put information, whatever it is, letter, number, true, false, all in, and you hit the submit button, print the page, either print it as a PDF or just print it on your computer. Somehow print it, because this is your only record. All right, you have to print this out. Very important that you print this out. We test this enough. Print it out. Attach a file, as it says right here. Don't attach a file unless your teacher has asked you to. Don't do that. Sometimes we use that, sometimes we don't. You got to follow directions. All right, excellent. Now, Look at the virtual classroom. This is like our classes. Click Apologia Academy Virtual Classroom. It takes you to a list that looks something like this. And you'll see 4 tabs up here. It should already be on a weekly tab. If not, click it. The classes for that week. You get your class for the day. If the class has already started, you'll see Join. All you do is you click on Join and you enter your name. All right, but the teacher needs to know who you are. So you put your first name, last initial. Don't put your last name. We don't want last names on there. So it'll Larry B. or John D. So the teacher knows who you are. Then in your email address, and the teacher will give you a specific password. It's not like any of the other passwords that you've read so far. The teacher will give you this password. You enter it there. You click Join. Now, in some cases, the teachers might allow you to join right from your student portal, and there will be a link there that says Join. And that often eliminate the password option. So do that, some don't. But both ways now. If you did a join through the portal, you can do that, or you can join this way. All right. Once again, look for the class, then click Join, or you can click the class, and it'll show you how to join as well. Once you are in class, we do have some classroom etiquette, especially the more full the classes are, the more important this is. Very, very important. Users will open the classes up about 15 minutes early. If a class starts at 1:15, you come in at about 1 o'clock, and students can chat openly with one another. After the class begins, you have to pretend like this is a real physical classroom. When it begins, there's no private chatting with other students. There's a send to function, and that send to has to say everyone. If you don't enter and begin typing, "Hi, sorry I'm late," interrupts the class. Just enter in quietly. Keep your chats appropriate to the topic. Don't ramble, and be very careful what you say. While the teacher is talking. If the discussion the teacher has you in, and people are discussing and adding comments and so forth, stop when the teacher asks you to. For questions, use the question mark emblem, and use the mic, then do question mark M. The teacher may not answer you right away. The teacher will be right in the middle of saying some things, and we'll get to you. So as soon as you click on question or question M, typing in your question in the chat box, but don't hit send or enter. Now to you, then ready to hit send. Wait for the teacher to call on you. Very easy. When the teacher says, well, are there any more questions? Don't say no, no questions, nope, or whatever. Don't say anything unless you have a question. It takes up a lot of chat space. Don't do that. Don't answer. Okay? Don't go to the internet and find solutions and answers when a teacher asks something and then copy and paste it in the chat box. Know what you know right now, not by going and doing a Google search for something. We want to know, we know that you're all intelligent. You don't need to show that in the classroom there, except when the teacher asks, but don't. Might turn off the chat feature if the chat becomes too much and people are a little bit out of control. Sometimes it happens. Most of the time everybody does a fantastic job, but the teacher can still see your questions in an instance like that, but you can't, nobody else can. WebEx. When you are using our virtual classrooms, close all your browsers and everything else on your computer. Files, whatever is open, it'll help your experience be a whole lot better. The classroom should be the only thing running. Using your first name and last initial, no last names. We mentioned that already. Don't use the raise hand function unless your teacher wants you to. There's a little raise hand function. Do it yourself. Don't turn on your webcam. There are audio situations you should be aware of. You use the audio wizard when you come into the class. use a button under the participants box, or if your teacher instructs you in another place where there is an audio button. But it's important that you remember that we're using electronics over the internet. There are slight distortions to the voice much of the time. Slight, and it's normal. Get to it. Don't make comments about it. Don't let it distract you. The teacher might occasionally sound a little bit like a robot. This is normal. You should be able to hear and understand 99.9% of what the teacher is saying. If you use audio for just a second, don't say anything. But if it's several seconds, 30 minutes, say something. Teacher then asks if anybody else is having difficulty. It might be one or two others. But if there's at least one student who no problems, then guess what? The problem you're in. You might leave the conference and then and say, this time, check it well. And by the way, don't interrupt the class by asking others to help. And last thing is that if you still can't get audio working, call WebEx immediately, and there's the number, 866-229-3239. I hope that helps you out. If there's anything else that you need, you can email me, Larry@apologia.com. Larry@apologia, APOLOGIA.com. And can help you. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.